So we've set out our spread of decoys today. Behind me we have a bunch of mallard decoys, and the biggest thing with our decoy spread that we have out today is there's not much wind at all. So we have a Higdon kicker that's gonna put some wake out on the water, as well as a pulsator, so those decoys will come alive when they go off. As you guys can see now, they're creating motion, make it look like live ducks. On this side of me, we have an open space where those ducks can land right in front of the blind. And then some other varieties of decoys such as gadwall, wood ducks, and pintail are gonna be on that side of the blind, also with their own motion decoys so that they'll look realistic. If you have a bunch of decoys out and there's no wind and you don't have the motion on the water, those decoys aren't gonna look realistic. So this decoy, when you're done hunting, you can pick up. It's Texas rigged, meaning it's gonna have a loop on one side, sliding down to a weight. You can take your carabiner, throw it around this loop, grab the next one, do the same, and you'll have all your decoys on your carabiner. When you're entering your blind with your blind partner, you always wanna be safety first. So first thing first, action open. When I'm entering the blind, I'm gonna hand the guns off to my blind partner who's already in the blind, and then I myself am gonna get in the blind. He's gonna check that the gun's safe, and then I'm gonna enter the blind after him. And now we can proceed with the hunt.
In any type of hunting scenario, you're gonna wanna focus on where the sun is and where the wind is. And that's gonna help you determine on where you're sitting and how you place your decoys. In a day like today, we have a high overcast day, so the sun's really not a factor. We do have a slight breeze to our back. So how we're set up right now is the wind's to our back, so the ducks will hopefully come right in front of the blind so we're able to shoot. But those are the two things that are extremely important when you're out hunting. The last thing is your cover on the blind. So you need to have a good area so the ducks aren't going to see you. And some things that could help you out in the field is having things like this, where there's bundles that you could put across from each other. And this just kind of helps break up the profile. In our case, we're in a duck blind, but also if you're not in a duck blind, the tules, etc., there's other things that you can do to help just break up the profile and break up your own human profile when hunting.
So no matter if you've hunted with someone 1,000 times or it's your first time hunting with them, you're gonna wanna establish a safe zone of fire. So for me and Jeff right now, we're the only two people hunting in this blind. My safe zone of fire is gonna be basically 180 degrees this way. Anything that gets into his line of sight, I'm not gonna fire at. I won't be firing over his head, and I won't be firing this way. He's gonna have all that direction. That's gonna be the stuff that I can't cover. And you always want to establish that with your blind partners once you get into the blind. You also wanna designate one person to call the shot when the birds come in so that you guys are all coming up out of your seats at the same time or sitting back down so that nobody pops up and somebody's down below them when guns are going off.
Ready, you take them.
When the person who is calling the shot does call the shot, everyone in the blind, whether you're a shooter or non-shooter, needs to stand up or be seated at the same time. The reason for this is you do not want everybody standing and shooting while one person sits and then that person randomly stands up without the others expecting it. It can cause a dangerous situation.
We always talk about shooting your lane, and what we mean by that is if you are in that safe zone of fire, you're 10 to 2, shoot the birds that are in your area. So if I'm on the right side of the blind, I'm gonna start shooting the birds on the right side of the group and work my way in. Even though if there's a bird in the middle of my zone, you don't want to shoot that bird necessarily because it might quickly go into your partner's zone, into their safe zone of fire. So it's always a good rule of thumb. It really helps your odds of harvesting more ducks is shooting your zones, starting from the right side and working your way left. So if you're in a hunting scenario and you do see some ducks that are locked up towards your decoys, the best thing to do is just to stay still, wait till they pass you, so then you could slowly move down to the ground. Too often people will see ducks really quick and quickly move down to get in their blind seat. Well, that quick movement really gets the duck's attention. They're probably not going to come. So next time when there is a duck locked up, looking at your decoys, just stay still, don't move, and then hopefully someone in the blind will tell you to get down, but just slowly get down. You don't have to go so quickly and then scare the birds and then lessen your chances of making a harvest. Really important if you just shot your birds, you're gonna go out and look for them with the dog, is to unload the guns and then have the partner hand them to you. So you're not walking out of the blind with 2 loaded firearms, etc. It's gonna look something like this. Action's open, safety's on. I can see that gun's unloaded. That gun's unloaded, good to go. Gonna hand Carson his gun back. Gonna keep our muzzle pointed in a safe direction, and this would be a time that you could load, I'm gonna go this way and look for the birds, while Carson goes the complete opposite way.
All right, let's get those decoys up. Good hunt. Thanks for watching. For more how-to videos, check out our YouTube as well as our website at calwaterfowl.org.